Guys. Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. That was weird. Sorry if I said hey twice. This is Haley, and that is Joe, and we are going to do a prediction show on Hell in a Cell. There
How?
has been a couple matches being added. There was a couple matches being added, so it's kind of interesting. I didn't even know the tag team title match was going to even happen, but I guess we can start with that first. We'll go from the bottom up, pretty much. Goldust and Stardust are going to be defending the tag team titles against the Usos again. And obviously, we knew this feud was not going to, it was still continuing. They were putting them in, obviously, 6-man tag team matches and 8-man tag team matches. So we obviously knew something was going to happen. They were going to get some kind of match soon. They didn't really have too much of a build-up. They haven't really had too much talking, and they really haven't had a one-on-one thing. But you know, it could still be good. I mean, the Usos always put on a good match, so I expect great things from the Usos. And we just lost Joe. And already technical difficulties, guys. Anyways, for this match, I do think that it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be awful because, like I said, the Usos, you know, obviously always put on a great match. I just don't think they have too much to it, like the storyline and everything. I think that the storylines are kind of it's almost like it's been played out and everything, with obviously Goldust and Stardust turning heel already and everything. So it's kind of like, it's just kind of like a random rematch. Well, it's not really random, but I don't think it has enough to make it, you know, obviously as good as it could be. So I hope it's not like a 5-minute match. I hope it's good because, like they always need their tag team division. You know, everyone's always talking about how the tag team division needs to be better. So if they prove this tonight, or not tonight, Sunday night, if they prove this, that they can have a good match without really having too much, obviously, promos going on this month, then I feel like there is a lot of good hope for the tag team division. And like I said, Usos are great, so I expect it. And for my prediction, I still think Goldust and Stardust are going to retain the titles.
I'm with you, Haley. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yep.
is the audio good? I feel like Golden Stardust retain. I still feel like the Ascension or some different tag team is going to get in the mix. I feel like the Usos had their run, and you know, Golden Stardust get the victory. Maybe it's some sort of a semi-clean victory. They haven't really had that, so.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty, next one. Divas championship match, AJ Lee versus Paige. There's not really too much more to say about this. I mean, they've obviously had their feud going on for so long now. It's been like almost like, I don't know, like 4 months now at least.
4 months. I just heard a recent interview from yesterday. It's been about 4 months.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And obviously, Paige has turned heel in the process. AJ Lee came back face, blah, 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 that whole thing. And they were doing the whole best friend thing. And then obviously AJ, they tried to do this whole lesbian angle. That didn't really work. That's kind of drifted apart now because now Paige is with Alicia Fox as her new best friend. And AJ Lee obviously has no friends. So, but I still think that it wouldn't make. I don't know actually. This could not be predictable because of what they have been doing every single month for this title. They keep switching it, flip-flopping. So it definitely is. I wouldn't be shocked if Paige won, but I think if they want to really actually put any potential to this belt, they'll have AJ Lee keep it for at least a couple more months. So I'm still going to go with AJ Lee winning.
I agree with you. I think we're 2 for 2 on you know, in agreement predictions here so far. But I feel like AJ retains, especially with news that Paige may be on the second part of season 3 of Total Divas, and we've heard the rumors that they don't want someone with the belt on Total Divas. So it just seems logical that the belt's going to stay with AJ for now.
Definitely. And obviously it doesn't look like she's going anywhere. I know there was some rumors of her leaving and stuff, and obviously that does not look like that's going to happen anytime soon, especially if she's champion right now.
It's funny. In the interview I heard yesterday, and I'll see if I can get it up on the group page. But he talked about really there's not much more for her to accomplish. I mean, I think the record is 3, so for her to surpass the record, she's tied the record. For her to surpass the record, she'd have to lose the belt and win it again, which of course she isn't interested in losing the belt. But definitely in the interviewer seemed to kind of gauge the question: how much more do you really have to do? And kind of threw her name in the Hall of Fame discussion, which actually humbled her very much so. It was actually pretty interesting to hear her response. Very humbled by that. But, AJ, how much more can she do with this company? That's the thing with the Divas. Once they reach a certain shelf life, there's not really much more to do. I mean, maybe she could be the GM again. That didn't seem to work out well. So,
No.
yeah, I mean, we're getting her to WrestleMania, but long term, I don't think we're getting her long term. That's just my gut feeling.
Yeah, I definitely, now that she's married with CM Punk and everything, I feel like she's ready to start having kids with him and everything like that. Obviously, the whole Twitter thing of him joking and saying, she says that her eyes gleamed when she heard a kid, saw a kid or something like that, and he said, obviously, made a comment saying that I'm 33 or whatever, or no, he didn't, he's not 33, he's like, isn't he older than 33?
Who, Punk?
Yeah, isn't he 36 or something?
Yeah, I think he's like 35, 36.
Yeah, and he says like I'm like 35, and she just it's funny, but obviously if they obviously want kids, they're gonna have to do it sometime, sooner or later. So obviously she can't wrestle while she's pregnant, because that's obviously dangerous. So
Not best.
I don't see her in the long term at all, definitely. And I also don't see her having a huge, long title reign again either. I feel like she's only going to keep it for like 3 or 4 months, and then she's finally going to drop it to Paige, and she's going to go away. Maybe, like, to end their feud, they're going to have, like, the loser leaves WWE.
Yeah, I could actually see that as a resolution. Although they kind of did that with people in AJ a little bit. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but they didn't really say it, though. I mean, she just kind of left, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But there we go, 2 for 2. Big Show versus Rusev. We actually skipped one, but I guess we'll do this one right now. Big Show versus Rusev. I really like their feud. I definitely think it has weight. I think it's been a lot better than, obviously, Rusev and Mark Henry. The Rusev and Mark Henry it wasn't strong. It didn't have too much, talking / promo going on. The Big Show and the Rusev thing, it feels like it's real. Big Show obviously putting his heart into it and everything like that. And obviously Big Show still hasn't really lost. It's kind of like the whole Jack Swagger thing. They've had 2 matches already, and Big Show still hasn't lost. And he wasn't about to tab, and obviously, so we'll see what happens. I definitely think, actually, that Mark Henry is going to cost Big Show the match at Hell in a Cell. I definitely see that in turning heel, so then him and Big Show can obviously have their own feud, but I definitely see Rusev winning this match.
We're 3 for 3. I've been seeing this for weeks. It seems like they're building towards a heel turn with Mark Henry on Big Show, and that would get Big Show away from Rusev, and maybe Rusev could feud with Sheamus or someone else at that point. So I'm with you, 3 for 3. Although I think we're going to get some differences once we get to the top of this card. But we're 3 for 3 so far.
Yeah. Alrighty. Nikki Bella versus Brie Bella. This might be one that we disagree on. Obviously, the loser has to be the other person's personal servant for 30 days, and if they don't, they are gone from WWE. I definitely see Nikki Bella winning in this scenario. Something with Stephanie's going to happen, maybe Stephanie helping her, distracting Brie, something along the lines. Something is going to make it so Nikki Bella obviously wins. I don't see Brie Bella winning, because obviously this whole thing is about Nikki Bella getting payback for what her sister has done to her. So this will just be kind of like the first start of, obviously, their feud for however long they're going to do this feud. I can see this happening for at least until WrestleMania, but
Yeesh.
Yeah, I definitely see Nikki Bella winning.
We have our first difference. I'm going with P Mode. I think P Mode gets her comeuppance, and we're going to see Nikki. And traditionally in these storylines, you kind of do see the heel being the one eating some crap and being the personal assistant. So if you're going on just wrestling history and the historic elements of these kind of matches, it seems like I would slightly favor P Mode. Brie Bella in this matchup.
Alrighty. Intercontinental Championship. 2 out of 3 falls match. Now, this was just made for the spoilers for SmackDown. It's actually on right now. So they're obviously going to make this match. But 2 out of 3 fall match. I think this is going to be actually great. I think Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro had a rematch for the title. I think it was on, I don't know, I think it was on SmackDown or it was on Main Event. And Dolph Ziggler won. So they're 1-1 now. They're tied. So they're going to have a 2 out of 3 falls match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view for the Intercontinental. I see Cesaro winning. I really do. I think it's time for him to get his push. I think they're finally showing a little bit of light for this, and hopefully after he wins, maybe we'll see Wade Barrett return finally. I don't know. Is Wade Barrett supposed to be healed? Have you heard anything about Wade Barrett?
It's popped a little bit on the JBL and Cole show. Other than that, not really.
Yeah. Because I think it would be great if Cesaro and Wade Barrett feuded. I think they would have some great matches.
And honestly, I can see Cesaro kind of transitioning maybe into a babyface, especially if he starts doing the swing more. Let's face it, Cesaro needs this victory. Ziggler's had the IC title and US title multiple times. Cesaro had the US title once, has never held the Intercontinental Championship, and the man really needs a signature win right now to gain some momentum. They've been starting to build him up again. It's a shame how they squandered his momentum after WrestleMania. That still chaps my bottom. But I do feel like the King of Swing, Cesaro, it will be victorious, will be your new Intercontinental Champion. And my only fear for this match is it may be a little bit overkill with 2 Hell in the Cell matches. I figured those would take up over an hour combined, a half hour each, essentially for both those main events. So now you got another match that's going to be 20 minutes to a half hour. You could see P Mode versus Nikki in like a 2-minute match, or like there's going to be some time cut somewhere, especially with there being 8 matches on this card.
Yeah, I think the tag team title match is going to be only like 10 or 15 minutes too. I can definitely see a couple of these only being like 10 minutes. I think the Divas too is only going to be about 10 or 15 minutes. So
good for Cesaro and Dolph. It's going to be great to see this match. Obviously, 2 great workers, 2 of my personal favorites. So it is going to be a great match. I just hope it's not overkill.
Yeah, definitely. Sheamus versus The Miz for the United States title.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a little bit tough. I'm still going to go with Miz on this. Just because I favor him more, so I feel like I have more, obviously, I guess, confidence in him. And especially with Damian Sandow. I think Damian Sandow is going to, or Mizdow, is going to help him win this. And maybe then it'll start kind of a feud for them, and maybe then they can feud for the title too. Maybe it'll get Damian Sandow's face turn push. So maybe we'll see. But I see definitely Damian Sandow / Mizdow getting involved in this and helping Miz win the title. I'm going to go with Miz.
I'd love to go with Miz. I have this sneaking suspicion that we're going to see Sandow in the match instead of Miz, because he's actually the one who got the pin initially to get the title match against Sheamus. So if the Authority wants to fuck with him, they can be like, oh, well, Mizdow, and maybe Mizdow wins the title. So I'll give you 2 predictions. If it's Mizdow in there, Mizdow wins the title, giving rise to a struggle with the stunt double and A-lister, if you will. But if it's not, I'm going to go with Sheamus. I feel like Rusev next course could be towards that U.S. title. I've been saying it for a while, so I'm going to stick with it. I'll stick with Sheamus winning for now.
Okay. So we've disagreed on, what, 2 so far?
Yeah, 2 disagreements.
Alrighty.
We will
Hell
have
in
one
a
more.
Cell. This was the first Hell in a Cell match. It's a double main event. The first one, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins.
I bet the first one.
This is obviously going to be the match of the night. I don't see any other match being the match of the night. I don't even know what to say. I guess I'll start with my prediction. I have to go with my man on this one. I mean, they're both my man, but I have to go with my first guy. Obviously, Seth Rollins winning this. He's on a winning streak right now. He's looking very good, and obviously he's going to be champion soon, so he's got to get prepared for Roman at WrestleMania, hopefully, if they're still going to go through that whole thing. So I definitely see Seth winning some way or somehow. Either the Authority's going to come out, something like that. But if the Authority does come out, which I do think that they are, I want them to give them a good, at least 20 to 25-minute match in the ring by themselves. You know, let them have a good match, and then if they want to interrupt, you know, whatever. But I want a good physical match for at least 20 to 25 minutes before them interrupting it.
If it's anything less than that, it'll be a crying shame, and people need their $9.99 back as a refund. I mean, here you have probably the best athlete in the Hell in a Cell, and you'll appreciate this. Probably the best athlete in the Hell in a Cell in Seth Rollins since Shawn Michaels, and probably the best maniacal bastard and crazy individual that will be able to utilize the Hell in a Cell and not really be affected by the pain, especially with his history in CCW and Ambrose. My personal prediction, I'm going with the Lunatic Fringe. I think he needs the victory more. You've said it yourself. He's never had a pinfall victory over Seth. Seth has that little briefcase. He'll be all right. He's going to be a champion. This loss is not going to affect him. Not to mention, he had the gall to curb stomp Randy Orton, who may be your next #1 contender. You're going to tell me the Viper's going to take that line down? I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely see something happening. Either it's going to be backstage where he's going to be pissed off, or something's going to happen.
Hey, babe. Got the
Something's going to happen.
Hey, babe. Ambrose or Rollins? What do you got? All right, you got the Lunatic Fringe?
Yeah.
All right, Kayla's got the Lunatic Fringe, so
Of
2 to 1.
course you two would agree. Anything to disagree with me, Joe? Thanks.
No, we're agreed on mostly.
I know you love Ambrose. I know he's been your guy, your #1 guy in the Shield.
I just feel like he needs this victory more. Like I said, Seth's got the briefcase. He's going to be all right regardless. Like, I feel like Dean really needs this as a signature victory, especially with Roman and Bryan eventually coming back. Dean needs this. I mean, he's kind of, got the victory over Cena in the pole match, even though it was a pinfall victory. He needs this victory, and the fans, I think, want to have that moment to really embrace this victory for Ambrose. And if Ambrose loses, it better be something catastrophic, and I mean like a curb stomp through the damn Hell in the Cell. That's the only way I'll accept Dean Ambrose. Oh, yeah, but like Seth turned on Randy at the end of Raw.
Oh, yeah.
So that could cost Seth.
True.
All right.
Alrighty. So there's another disagreement. So now we got, what, 3? Or is that 4?
Yeah, I think we agreed in this other main event, though.
I think that's 4, yeah. That's 4, right? Or no, is that 3? I don't even know.
I took Brie Bella, you took Nikki Bella, and I took Sheamus.
One.
And then we agreed
on
on the tag team, Goldust and Stardust.
Okay, so yeah, it is 3. Okay. And then, obviously, what I think is probably going to end up being the main event. John Cena.
This is what Chris Sterling talked about, what he was afraid of, and when they added this #1 contender stipulation, I hope the match of the night is going to be Seth and Dean. That needs to be the main event. That's the rivalry going back to June.
Yeah. John Cena versus Randy Orton, and obviously the winner is going to face Brock Lesnar. I don't know if it's going to be next pay-per-view or whenever. Obviously, whenever Brock wants to appear, I guess. Whenever he wants to show up. He's obviously going to be facing. Is she doing the show with us now too?
I hate Brock Lesnar. Hate him. Champion.
Alrighty. For my prediction, I mean, I love Randy Orton. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Randy Orton, and I mean, I like John Cena too. He's, I'm not a John Cena hater or anything like that, but I think I'm gonna have to go with John Cena.
Wow, that's actually. I'm shocked right now.
Are you really shocked?
Yes.
I feel like it's very predictable, and I feel like obviously Randy and Seth are going to be feuding after this. So Randy's going to be too obviously busy, tied up with Seth. And the whole John Cena thing, he still wants his rematch with Brock Lesnar, so obviously they're just going to give it to him. I definitely see Randy maybe facing Brock Lesnar, maybe Royal Rumble-ish, maybe. Depends on when Brock Lesnar comes back, though, too. If he comes back earlier and then he, comes back at Royal Rumble, then obviously Randy can still have his match, too. But John Cena is going to get a match with Brock Lesnar, whether we like it or not, somewhere in there. So I feel like even if John Cena doesn't win, he's going to obviously get his rematch with Brock Lesnar one way or another. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go with John Cena because also, too, I also think that if Randy Orton costs Seth his match, I think Seth's going to come out and cost Randy Orton his match.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's something to consider. I'm going with Randy winning clean. I mean, all the signs are there from him RKOing Paul Heyman to, kind of growing apart from the Authority. It seems like Seth is Triple H's new protected entity. So I think Triple H would side with Seth as opposed to Randy. And when it comes to this debate, and the Authority, I think would side with Seth as opposed to Randy. And honestly, the Survivor Series pay-per-view is in St. Louis, Missouri, Randy Orton's hometown. If there's ever a place for Randall Keith Orton to get that one-on-one championship rematch, which he has not had since WrestleMania, it's there. I've said it in past videos, Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. We've only seen this match once on a SmackDown when Randy was a young pup and Brock had just become champion in 2002. This is a match that needs to happen, and I do feel like we're going to get John and Brock again, but I feel like I'd flip it and probably get that at the Rumble. I just think we need a fresh matchup, and WWE, Kayla was talking about, her feelings on Brock Lesnar. I feel like it's more WWE's fault because they're the ones not shelling out the money to book their champion. I mean, all it's going to take is shell them out the money for the appearances.
Is that really what it is, though? Is that really the problem?
That really is what it is. They're cheap. They're firing ring announcers. They're they don't want to pay their own champion to come in. That's what I think. But
that
yeah,
is true. I mean, you can't really blame Brock Lesnar for all this.
Huh? I'm going with Randy Orton. That's my pick. Man, you got a pick? Cena or Orton?
I want to see Cena, obviously, but I don't know.
Not sure.
I don't know.
All right, she's going with a push on this one. I'm taking Orton.
It can definitely go either way, but I'm definitely going with Cena. Me and Joe like to disagree, so.
Hey, gotta have the debates. Also, big shout out to everybody who keeps subscribing to the group. Almost 200 subscribers. That's what's up.
Well, not subscribers for the group. Well, I guess people have joined, but yeah. I guess you can call them subscribers, but not really.
Everybody keeps joining.
Thank you all for so much for the support. I know I've noticed you guys have been really liking the post I just posted about Seth and the glasses and about how wrestlers wear contacts and stuff. I was actually kind of surprised. So I guess you guys really like the variety. So I will keep the variety and the weirdness coming for you guys so you guys can be active in the group and share your opinions. I know a lot of you are, shy to share your opinions, but I appreciate them, obviously, so we can get some good debates going. And don't forget to thumbs up this video. Use that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, and don't forget to join our Facebook group if this is the first time you're watching this. I'll put all the links in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to Joe's channel as well.
That's right. Videos coming tonight.
And you guys have heard our predictions. Thank you so much, and I will see you probably tomorrow in my extra video, and I'll just talk about random stuff that's going on.
Randomness.
See you guys in the next one.